I'm Doug Apple, and my heart is on fire. Luke 24:32. There's Zacchaeus in the sycamore tree. How did he get there? He climbed, which must have been a funny sight. I have 13 grandkids. We see them in trees all the time, but we never see older people in trees, and we never see older rich people in robes up in trees. But that was Zacchaeus, an older, rich, short man in robes, climbing up a sycamore tree just to get a glimpse of Jesus, who was coming that way in what basically must have been like a parade. Why was Zacchaeus so interested in Jesus? Why is anyone so interested in Jesus? In fact, why on earth are millions of people on earth still to this day so interested in Jesus? It can't be because he was a local phenomenon, flash in the pan, 15 minutes of fame guy. Nobody's that interested in someone like that. Rich guys in robes don't climb trees for that. So why was Zacchaeus there? That's one of the oddities in this story of Zacchaeus. Why was he there? Luke 19:3 says he sought to see who Jesus was. So it sounds like Zacchaeus was doing the seeking, desiring to know more about Jesus. Then comes another oddity in the story. Luke 19:5 says that when Jesus came to the place where Zacchaeus was, he looked up and saw him and said to him, "Zacchaeus, make haste and come down, for today I must stay at your house." As a child, I remember standing outside Busch Stadium in St. Louis and watching the players arrive. There they were in the flesh, all those stars I'd seen on TV and on my baseball cards. None of them ever turned to me and called me by name and said they were coming to my house. It would have blown my mind. How did they know my name? Why are they coming to my house? But that's what happened to Zacchaeus. Jesus looked up into the tree, called him by name, and said, "I'm coming to your house." The life of Zacchaeus is transformed in the presence of Jesus. He gives half of his possessions to the poor, and he pays back fourfold everyone he's taken advantage of. Then Jesus says something so joyful and jubilant. "Today salvation has come to this house." Man, that's just like Jesus, just going in and revolutionizing someone's life, turning them around in just moments in his presence. And he's still doing it today. He did it for me, and he's done it for millions. And here's the final and grandest oddity in the story of Zacchaeus. It's right at the end, almost an afterthought, and yet it puts the entire story of Zacchaeus into a different light. In Luke 19:10, Jesus said, "For the Son of Man has come to seek and to save that which was lost." Wait a minute. The story starts with Zacchaeus seeking Jesus, but at the end we find that Jesus was seeking Zacchaeus. Wow, that explains Jesus stopping right at the tree and looking up and calling him by name. It explains Jesus' offer to go to his house. It wasn't that Zacchaeus was seeking Jesus, it was that Jesus was seeking Zacchaeus. One more scripture before I close. In John 6:44, Jesus said, "No one can come to me unless the Father who sent me draws him." Why did Zacchaeus run ahead and climb up into the sycamore tree to see Jesus? Maybe he thought he was just curious. And maybe you think you're just curious. You want to know more about Jesus. But you know what? You aren't just curious. Zacchaeus wasn't just curious. God the Father was drawing him. And if your heart and mind are wanting to know more about Jesus, God is drawing you. He stands at the door and knocks. And if you will answer, he will come in. And just like Zacchaeus, a little time in the presence of Jesus and your life will be changed forever. May God bless you today. I'm Doug Apple.